Okay, you're going to love this one. You know Miranda Rights. When you get arrested, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I mean, this is a basic thing. They're rights that you got from the court case Miranda v. Arizona. Okay, so you know what the police have to tell you your rights when you get arrested? Yeah, they kind of don't have to anymore. You see, the Supreme Court ruled that an officer is not obligated to read you your Miranda rights. Why? This guy got arrested. He was charged with sexually assaulting a patient in a hospital. He was later acquitted. But he was not read his Miranda rights before he signed a confession. Weird how you could be acquitted after admitting guilt. Whatever. That's not the issue here. He wasn't read his Miranda rights. So he sued the officer for not doing his job. At the very least, if you're going to violate people's rights right and left, could you at least tell people their rights? Like I think you're supposed to. Well, the Supreme Court decided, he didn't tell him his rights and doesn't have to. Isn't that wholly appropriate that the police, the largest violator of human rights, at least domestically in the United States, are the ones that don't have to tell you that you have them? Now, you would think that any free and fair and democratic country, you'd be reminded of the rights that you have. I guess not in the case of the United States, at least. So, I mean, it's always a good idea in general to know your rights. Always know your rights. And it's always good to be reminded of them at the time of arrest. You know, we've got the same thing in Canada. You have the right to retain and instruct counsel without delay, ... But, you know, it's just so crazy. The police don't have to remind you that you have rights. Because if anybody forgets that you have rights, it's the fucking cops. It's just so wholly appropriate. It's so absurd that it's funny. It's like it's appealing to the absurdist in me at how awful this is. So, I mean, I suggest you look up whatever it is that you have to know what your rights are, and to follow them. And I would remind you that probably the best thing you can ever do when confronted by police is this one simple thing: shut the fuck up. The vast majority of people who get screwed because they didn't shut up. You ever get stopped by the cops? Give them your name, your ID, your address, whatever. Officer, I invoke my right to remain silent, and I do not consent to a search. And just repeat that as often as necessary. Say nothing. There's one thing people tend to forget. If you've got a right to remain silent when you're under arrest, you got that same right if you're not under arrest. Say nothing. My name is just go full POW. My name is John Johnson, and my address is blah, 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 blah. I invoke my right to remain silent, and I do not consent to a search. That's it. They have to have probable cause. And they can't get a probable cause out of something you said or use something you said against you if you don't say anything. And that's probably the best advice you can get. So just remember, you ever dealing with the cops? Shut the fuck up. That's probably the best thing you can do. Also, the Supreme Court can go to hell. Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.